Hello. So today's class was kind of canceled and delayed because Scorpios turned up too much and I didn't get no sleep. So I had a private class with just a few people. And it's just more about expanding memory. Expanding memory by tapping into goddesses' subconscious. So each one of the goddesses that are associated with my personality, my ori, they show me pictures and visions of their experience. Because my experience as the lowest deity, I'm the root chakra, I'm the root of the tree and the top of the tree, but everything else in between is subsections of subconscious and conscious interacting. So it's layered. That's how the skin is technically created by destiny and written word, right? You have to, if everything aligns with all layers of reality, then you can publish, right? You become a publisher. So for me, I had turned up really hard with I got cake and candy I put on my altar for all of my Scorpio babies who popped up on the class. To be honest with you, I wasn't expecting this, but a large percentage of you who went to this class, and this is all being passed down from my higher self. It's like scrolls being handed down and I'm reading it. Like my eyes blank out white. This is why my last name is White. And a lot of my kids, their last name is White. They may have a surname that's handed down from their lineage to direct left and right, where you going to go mother or father. But all of my kids, their last name is White. What was I saying? Yeah. So the lineage or the layers from last night's dream is I'm starting to see past the lower version of reality and seeing and tapping into different spaces within the other layers, and the goddesses are showing me what happened there and who these people are, because these are just vessels for your higher realm. The higher realm, it's grounding the spiritual body in physical flesh. So basically we are trees. So within after the dream realm, or after we were turning up in the dream realm and everyone got really good grades in this space and time, I had a talk with about how we're going to intersect reality and bring it together, to bring it into one form. And we need more people to be on board, is what I'm noticing. It's like the only reason that the matrix and everything is being held up is because the majority wants the veil to be there. So this is why program destruction always comes, right? Because if majority of everybody is so blind, everyone's sheep, then we have to clear the board and rebuild up personality types in order for the sheeps not to overtake the collection, right? And this is where you get the Pharaoh stories, where Pharaoh threw the kids by the alligators and stuff. I mean, it's like so intersecting reality comes from either, I mean, if you think about the goddess of destiny and the goddess of fate and the goddess of time. The goddess of time is the goddess of 9. The goddess of 9 is Oya, the goddess of death. So the same way that Oya is the goddess of death, she's also the goddess of time. She's also goddess of tornadoes. Tornadoes are vortexes within reality that can sweep destruction. Destruction can be heard and felt from below as above. Destruction comes below, destruction comes above. So, the way that we can figure out how to intersect and build the bridge quicker before the destruction comes from overhead. But this has already been prophesied by the Hopi. It's been prophesied by everyone already, because these are the images that are passing. Like, if you're a really good channeler, you could tap into the psyche of the mother. And this is like where doomsday people are. This is where Gabriel lives. Like, this is where Gabriel lives, who was one of the precursors to the end of the world, Gabriel. This is the story that was in the back of the Bible. And then also a lot of the subconscious psychics, the people who don't really know, but they know something is coming, and they have that feeling in their core because they're tapped into this, but they don't know how to spider web, because they are Anansi. They are Anansi children. They are storyteller children, right? They're always telling stories. They're always lying. They're always lying and spinning webs and shit. So you also have to come into the Anansi, and you got to go through a journalism course. So when you're in Capricorn, when you're in a Capricorn moon, you got to go to the course on Doomsday. Doomsday is under Capricorn. I wonder why. But Doomsday is under Capricorn, and that's the class that a lot of these psychics fell into. Not just psychics, but like, you know, people who could tell and read the future through the coding, like, if you're really good, you read the coding that's falling from the sky, and you know what's going to happen tomorrow, because the coding is aligned by all of the goddesses, including the printer, which is Anansi. Anansi's a writer, printer, right? So we then get, if we're always looking down at our phones, at our feet, then we don't see what's coming up, right? So we don't see what's coming up because we're looking down. So the sheep are the ones that have to disconnect and disengage from social media, from computers, social media, not just social media, but computers and things like that. Once they disengage from sub-reality, which is now the core of reality, the core of their reality is virtual reality. That's where they're trying to head their consciousness to. So everyone who has been vaccinated is going to go be uploaded into a different reality, virtual reality. Yeah, they sneaky. Anyway, so they're trying to take consciousness from the human by imposing future technology on past, which forwards ever, backwards never. So then they get stuck in the past and they're frozen in time. They become frozen. And then we have another section which is frozen in time, which is a direct reflection of virtual reality consciousness being uploaded to virtual reality. That's the mother's answer, is war for war. War for war. Because you can't go to the past and pick up more people. You have to stay where you are, right? But they're time travelers too. These energies are time travelers. So they go to the future, to see what's happening, and then they come back and they're like, I'm gonna figure out how to fuck this up, how to recode this. But solidified in black ink. So if you don't have black ink of the mother's womb, there's no way that your timeline is ever going to beat originality. There's no way your timeline can beat the original. Bible is a copy. Quran is a copy. All of these other books and stories, Latter-day Saints, all this, they're all copies off of an original. So if you're not connected to original, then you're not on the Ferris wheel. You're not on the Ferris wheel, which means the scissors come out. 2/3 of the angels fell upon earth, or fell down to the pits. 2/3. We're playing the story of Genesis, which means Revelations is dang near over. We've already reached midnight. We've reached the doomsday clock that everyone's been click feeling. So we've reached it. We've reached that precipice. But now we're stuck in a, how do we act now? What's the second act of Revelations? You start seeing crazy stuff. That's when you start seeing the monsters. That's when you start seeing the angels in the sky. That's when you start seeing all this stuff coming in Revelations, because the person who wrote it was tapped into the dream realm of Capricorn in Doomsday. So if you really want to be a writer, if you really want to be a journalist from a spiritual, poetic standpoint, you go to Capricorn Doomsday course, right? Capricorn Doomsday, mix it with the Father's energy, and wherever he tells you, because you got to go A and you got to go B, Alpha and Omega, you got to go both, right? You got to go Z to A, Z to A. And then after you do that and click into this course, you are now an understudy of Anansi. You are now a spider. You are now a spider. And you're able to maneuver and communicate time by storytelling. Because I heard back in the day, I heard Capricorns be lying. They say, oh no, that's the Leos. Leos be lying because they're lions. I was like, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. Capricorn. Capricorn be changing the future by talking. Capricorn can change the future by talking. So their lies are not their lies. God just telling them what to say. It's a little deeper. It's a little deeper. 13-13-4-4. Yeah, check that out. But when we find this bridge to intersect, we have to read the story that was positioned to us from the heavenly gates in order to get past the gatekeeper, in order to get to the mother, in order to slay the dragon, in order for Rapunzel to let down her golden hair, for her Scorpios to come back up and start their agenda of stinging. So Scorpio also has Typewriter. Scorpio has typewriting abilities by taking the water from Pisces. Taking the water, we going upward. We're not going in order. Taking the water from Pisces and taking the water and passing it up to Capricorn, for Capricorn to tell the story and Scorpio to write. I don't know what's going on with astrology nowadays, but I'm telling y'all how I feel and what I feel from seeing and watching the stars over all lives. Over all lives. Capricorn and Scorpios, y'all are together. Y'all are friends. Y'all yin yang energies, right? And Pisces is the glue that keeps y'all together. So that is the course that follows yesterday's lesson. Yesterday's lesson was mainly about being bold and standing up in the face of your buck, right? In the face of being a chicken. And then we had a quiz. So after we had a quiz in the stars and everybody kept me up and I couldn't get no sleep last night. In my dreams, I couldn't get no sleep. So now we're looking into the future. And now we're going to be retyping as a collective to not awaken the sheep, but to shaken the sheep. I can't write all by myself. I ain't Shonda Rhimes. I ain't her. Shoot. No, I'm just kidding. I can, but it's a collective thing. We're a collective. We are a universe. This is a university. Now the teachers are going to become, now the students are going to become teachers. You guys are now going to be teachers in the zodiac. You're going to be the glue that keeps everything running smoothly. As long as you check in with the subconscious, go to 4, get your badge, all that kind of stuff, your press sheet, all that kind of stuff, then you understand why Washington honey is important. Even though the honey that I had came from McKinney. Hold on. What you talking about, Willis? Even though the honey, whoever looked that up and figured it out, the honey comes from McKinney, Texas. McKinney, Texas is where my bees live, where my honeys live, where my family lived. Texas. And I gave that by saying what? All my exes live in Texas, like I'm George Strait, or they go to Georgia, or they go to Georgia. Georgia. Ray Charles had a bone deficiency. He had a bone deficiency which caused blindness. What you talking about, Willis? They did that. No, he had this and this and this. No. Bread. He needed money. His mama needed money to take care of him. His mama had all the honey, but they wouldn't give her no money because they said she was acting funny. Like a clown. Because she was brown. Last name. Right? If you didn't follow that, don't bother watching this. Don't bother watching me if y'all didn't follow that. So, good job on the people who actually pinpointed out that, hey, that's not honey from Seattle. But then you start to understand and dig in that what? The mother is the honey bee. She is the mother of the honeybees, which means she can recode direction or recode honey based on where she points her stinger, where she points her Scorpios, her stinger. She pointed her Scorpios to where? Pisces, Piscean sun, Piscean moon. So you had to check and see what Pisces was all about. You had to understand the duality and teach them how to fish instead of giving them the fish. Jesus energy is Piscean energy. Very Piscean because he is a reflection of the moon. He's a reflection of the sun. Okay? He is a reflection, so he can be both moon and sun. He can turn his head into moon. He can turn his head into sun, depending on which direction the kids are heading towards. Capricorn. Cornucopias. There was a Mandela effect where what? Fruit of the Looms was missing what? A Capricorn. There was missing a cornucopia. Y'all remember that Mandela effect? Fruit of the Looms? Did it have a cornucopia associated with it? Or was the utopia missing? Okay, hold on. Fruit of the looms. Capricorns are the fruit of the looms because time, space.
Is this new?
No. She has a purple one up there.
She's been drinking this a lot.
I don't know what's in it, man. I mean, I would just take it away from her. Time, space, travel. They're all sisters. There are 3 sisters, Mother, Maid, and Crone. But there's also the sisters of time. The shadows of Mother, Maiden, and Crone are the sisters who control time. The mother of 9 is death. Death is the one who sets the final pace for the children to finish the race. Right? 111. She sets time and space for the children to finish the race, while the other 2 sisters are coding the loom, making fruit from the loom. Okay? So this is the class for tonight. I'm sorry I didn't give this to y'all earlier. It's probably not even going to pop up till tomorrow because they be blocking my channel. However, I already feel all of my children right around me, and they see it, they hear it. We're going on a mission. We're going on a journey. We're going on a check. You also need to make sure to check your son. My son, whose middle name is Leo. That's all I got for today. Who was born in December 30th. The end of the time. The end of the time. He was the last fruit to bear. The bear of California on the flag. He was the last bear because he was stuck in a whale. A whale like Jonah. Like Jonah on the ocean. When you move, I move. Pisces. Reflection. Fate is a subject. Fate is a subject in the stars. Ocean. Markings on your surface. Those speckled face. Flawed crystals hang from your ears. I couldn't gauge your fears. I can't relate to my fears. I'd rather live outside. Those are your lessons for today, kids. That's it. That's all I got. Bye.